Hello. Hello, hello. Testing. Dog, we're not starting that already. Get out of here. No, we're not starting it. You waited until I got on here. Hello, everybody. How are y'all? Hope you're doing good. I'm fixing to whoop this dog. I gotta just turn. I always forget to turn the sound off on my. Hang on, I'm fixing to throw her outside. Come on, let's go. You're not gonna sit there and bug me on nothing. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I guess I'm getting it done right off the bat. That way I don't got to worry about it because she's already started. As soon as she heard me talking. What happened here? Okay, I'm back. I got shit going everywhere. How's everybody tonight? It's good to see you all. Still got this thing in my throat. Cheeseburger. I want a cheeseburger. So yeah, I've got that frog crawling around in my throat. Nasty little fuck. Hello, American honey. I hope y'all can hear me. It doesn't even look like I have internet either, so we'll see. Twisted Tea, hello. You're always sleeping. You can't be sleeping on Saturday night. I moved everything to Saturday night so the all people that couldn't get rest wouldn't have to worry about staying up late. Hey, classy cold. Another one trying to stay awake. I'm with y'all though. Trust me, I'm right there with y'all. If I wasn't on here, I would be in there asleep. I don't know. This season changes like that exhausts me. So, hi, Miss W. How are you? Good to see you, Joy Perry. Hello. How are you? Racing Stars. Woo. She's another one that's tired, wants to go to sleep, I think. Hello, Richard Polly. How are you? It's good to see you. It's been a minute. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about Saturday nights. Hello, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good to see you. I see Daniel Berry all over the place, all over the whole internet. And it's pretty awesome because he makes his rounds to all of us, to say hello. That's awesome. Chalet Ray sings and things. She wants cheeseburger, not cheeseburger. Oh goodness gracious! Saturday Night Live. It could turn into Saturday Night Live too. Hey, Farmer Fred, Farmer Fred. Thank you, Farmer Fred, for that super sticker. I appreciate that, man. Very much. Can't you see how excited I got? Uh, oh, Chalet, I've been on that. Man, I have been on it since day one, and that's all I've done all day because I think they now realize that she is probably deceased. And that's so sad because I sure was hoping they was going to get her out of there alive. So, did you see the last little message that that the kids put out, or the kids, Cameron and Savannah and Annie, the last one they just put out, like an hour or so ago? It sounded very disheartening. It sounded very like it wasn't the proof of life they wanted. Ah, God, it's driving me crazy too. Rosanna Dana. I remember saying that, running around saying that name all the time. Rosanna Dana. But yeah, it's that has been just a horrible mess. It's so sad. The thing about it is the very day that she got kidnapped. If y'all don't know who we're talking about Nancy Guthrie. She's Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show. morning show or whatever it is, mother, and she was, I believe, on the February the 1st to like 2:30 in the morning. She was kidnapped from her home, and they've been getting ransom notes, but one of them was from a fake. Well, they got him and arrested him, and they're still not sure. People are saying they're still not sure whether they believe that these are true um, ransom notes. Oh no, Racing Stars, I'm so sorry. My goodness, girl. Oh, I'm so sorry for that. Don't I don't know, Shelley. I've had so many different thoughts back and forth. I kind of ran with that son-in-law thing too right off the bat, and then I'm like, I'm just kind of back and forth on him. um, I do believe it is somebody local there, so probably somebody like Fast Eddie. But that very day that she was kidnapped, I think it was two young guys um, attempted the same thing. Tried to get Bitcoin from another person there, and it was like $68 million worth or something. Yeah, she was. She was supposed to do the Olympics. Um, but yeah, that's a bad thing, bad deal. And that's what it's all going to come back around to. Used to back in a long time ago. Y'all remember the what is it called? Hindenburg. Was it Hindenburg or Lindenberg? Anyways, the blimp people. Um, where the baby died or had been kidnapped, and I guess he died. I don't remember the whole story. I vaguely remember because that was a long, long, long time ago. And then you had the Patty Hearst thing. I mean, so a lot of that stuff has changed since then, big time. But now we're kind of they're trying to go back into that. Like with the bitcoins. Some are saying it's untraceable. Some say you can trace it. Basically, once it's gone, it's gone. There's no getting it back. Yeah, Chalet Ray, it is definitely dark out there. I guess because they have that deal where no light. I forget what it's called, but anyways, where illumination. What's it called? Ah, shit. But anyways, where they don't want any light shining. Light illumination. Oh, damn it! It just threw it out of my head again. Pollution. Thank you, Chalet. God. Why did it take you so long to tell me that? I didn't know they made pollution either, but apparently it pollutes the sky up where the UFOs can't see them real well. And they wonder why they get all the UFOs. Turn some damn lights on and that won't happen, or at least you won't see them. Because the sky won't be so dark. Oh my goodness. You probably so. I follow Brian Anton and then Ashley, and then that Megan Kelly, and then just kind of just on down the line from there. And then like this last couple of hours, I've just been popping all over because I was trying to find Brian, and why ain't he saying nothing? And why are the cops back out there? Well, that was because that guy. Did you see the guy put the gloves on and go out there and get the mail out of the mailbox, put it in a bag, and put it in his truck? Oh yeah. Wow, we got a whopping two people in here. People, really? Where you at? It's not going to matter. Y'all sound off who all is in here because I'm fixing to start a new deal. Um, Racing Stars. Remember that deal I had you go look at the other day? Where you bid on or buy those beads and different stuff. Well, the source of their beads comes from Timu. So I went into Timu and I have got to um, But anyway, I've got some ordered now, and then I'm going to order some more, and I'm going to order the ink pens. That's just got the um, basically the wire on it, and then you can decorate it with different kind of beads. Those are pretty expensive. So, anyways, I've ordered several of those, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up giving them out as prizes here. So, and actually maybe us do some of them online. Decorate them together and stuff. Keychains, bracelets, necklaces. So I have ordered some of that, and I'm going to order hopefully a bunch more. But yeah, I had been watching that, and it just kind of clicked with me. I thought, well, why don't I just do that on my show? And not doing what they do, not selling beads or stuff like that, but making these in different pins and bracelets and necklaces and just different random stuff for people to win on here, doing something, you know what I mean? I want to make Racing Stars in charge of that. Oh, hot glue gun. I need to do the same thing. Wow. So yeah, we're all in a crafting mood. So is there somebody else going on? Is there somebody else on right now besides Johnny Wapner, Angel? It's fine with me. We can actually turn it into a private stream, and then we can get up on here, and bead and do different stuff like that. Have us our for real own sewing group or whatever they call them. So better buying subs and subtracting them instead of subtracting them. Hey, Raditha, how are you? How are you? Well, I already see more than one person. Since I have one person in here now, and I see Raditha, Chalet, Racing Stars, Richard Polly, Farmer Fred. Or I did see Farmer Fred. So that's five. They're trying to jack me up and only give me one or two now. I don't even care. I actually thought that Richard Polly. Oh, there's Classic. See it, and it's only now it's showing that I only have one. Is that what y'all see too, or? That's kind of messed up. Huh. Well, now it says 0. So it must be Ghost talking to me. It could be my internet too. Yesterday it was just off and on so bad. So you see it too, Racing Stars? It must be either something with. Would that be StreamYard? Or would that be YouTube? Right, Classic Code. Yeah, that's weird. That's what I said here for I thought, God dang, everybody left. I'm talking to myself. Raditha sees a 3. I see a 2. I was seeing a 0. Well, I mean, it must be picking up skies from somewhere else because there's not any snow or rain or anything here. It's clear skies. It was a beautiful day. Beautiful. You see dead people? Oh, Lord. Don't tell me you see one over here. You see one behind me? Okay, so this is the other thing I've been working on is the tree. But my son keeps coming in here. He's knocked it over 3 times. So now I've got to redo it. The pink things. my Valentine's tree, and all this here got smushed. So I've got to refluff it. Put this back up on the wall because it took a tumble too when everything else fell. But anyways, I got lots of things in mind. I'm always good at procrastinating. My dog are screaming, wanting in. My car wouldn't start. Hey, Miss W, how are you? But anyway, so enjoy Perry. See, so there's people still in here, but it just messed up. But yeah, I thought that would be pretty fun. You like the tree Trizzle? Thank you. To me, it just looks like a big white blur. I don't even see the pink or nothing in it at all. Oh, you're showing 5. I'm showing 7. 5 plus 7 equals 12. Huh. Triz, how's your show coming along? I see you. Sometimes I wake up to go pee and I'll see your name pop up there, and I thought, like 4 o'clock in the morning for me. I missed Raditha's show the other day. Made me mad. See, I'm still like these hibernating bears, Well, say I'm a hibernating bunny. I don't want to be a big old bear, but I'll be a big old bunny. But I don't like these seasonal changes. They just whoop, knock me out. Oh shit! I forgot to. Dang, I forget to tell people. Supposed to tell people so they can share out my show too. Did the notification not show up or what? Try to figure out how I can get that over here. Well, thank you, Racing Stars. You're too kind. Oh, do you, Trizzle? Well, that's cool. Yeah, right. That's what I should do. I guess I can start a rant about Sashio. Sashio, Sashio, Sashio. Sassy ho. And Eric Foss, Eric Foss, Eric Foss. There's always somebody I'm mad at, actually. Oh, Leanne, Leanne, Leanne. Who else? You been watching it too, Raditha? Yeah, that's what we just got through talking about in here. Um, Catching everybody up to date on it. Uh, 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 Yeah, me too, Redith. All day, all week, 7 days. I think we've reached the end. So, anyways, I got to pick up my construction paper so I can make hearts with people's names on it. Yes. I guess we'll just turn this into a crafting show. We'll bitch about people if we want to, and then we'll craft as we're bitching about them. Let me glue this button on. Fucking watch her crazy fucking things. Let me hot glue Leanne's fucking mouth shut. Oh my god, I'm too funny. Hey, crazy Brad, how are you? I got my nuts cut. I got that Michael Jackson voice going. Who who did about a wig? Who needs a wig? Are they referring to me? A wig? Crazy Brad, what's kicking? Ain't nothing going on tonight. Or apparently there is somewhere, but not here. So, Josie? Oh, Josie. Um, she's the one that's always with Grumpy Chow or whatever his name is, Grumpy Child or Grumpy Bug or something. What is it? Grumpy Italian, Grumpy Italian. Yeah, I think she's nice too. I really do. Kind of snout. You hear my knee pop? So, anyways, my car decided not to start today. The dogs are out of food. Cat's out of food. They've been just screaming at me. So I had chicken legs in there frozen, like one of those big bags of it. So I just put it in a big pot, and I've got it in there boiling, so it'll eventually get through boiling. Okay, let me wipe the dust off of this. Right here is one of the books. This is book number 2. I don't have book number 1. See that? Yeah, I think Charlie got both of them. But whenever I met her, she had just come out with book number 2, so I got it. And then I've just never gone back and got book number 1. Look at my dirty fingernails. Oh, for the chicken drizzle, I'm boiling it and stuff that way I can, and I'll make rice and vegetables in that chicken, and that's what I'll feed them. It's I hadn't read it yet, but it basically tells you about just about everybody, about the different people that they talk about. You'll hear them talking about on there. I just seen MRE right there as I went by. And all the men involved with Harambe and Piggy co-signing this behavior look like complete snaps or saps. Snaps. Ew, big what hair. Um, Ratalotta, MRE, Crying Bill Kudlow. So it's basically what it does. That's at one point. Nicholas Colacone. I guess, is that MRE? What are y'all doing? Did I lose my subs? In the show, for real, looks like. Angel Gotti, Jesus of Nazareth. Oh, Pizza Gambino, Gravano. It just tells, yeah, just a little bit different stories about different people in the mob genre. When who came up? What are y'all talking about? I was waiting on Honeybee. I actually seen her in JLR's chat today, and with 14,000 other people that was in there. Anyway, she's supposed to start her pick out. She's supposed to get like 3 books that way everybody can vote on, and see which one y'all want to do if we start a little book club. Tennessee Williams. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't got to read it. I've kind of skimmed through it. Talks about Bambi. Um, Bambi drove to the bee's home. What? What bee is that? Oh, bee was especially heinous in her attacks on Bambi. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it talks about everybody that we've come to know pretty much. Redzilla, Parasite Slayer, Busted Playground, Cherry Time. Somebody told me over there one day that I was just like Terry Time. Um, didn't sound like they were being nice to either one of us when they said that. So we pushed back. Maureen, Angela, Convict Inc., Assassino, Assassino. Are you leaving us, Richard Paula? You just can't stand it that we have so many people in here. You got to run. Come on, you better be glad I don't have my BB gun. I'd shoot out a tail feather. Just kidding. Probably one of them things where you can't stand the sound of my voice, kind of like I am about Jim Terry, Mark Terry, Bill V. Ooh, that sounds good, Crazy Brett. Maddie Marinero, Uncle Zio, Zio Lesso. So apparently these people have channels. Lee Cole the third. Yeah, her voice, Crazy Brett. I don't know how you could stand it all that time. I guess if you liked her, when I liked her, or when she liked me, or whatever it was, her voice didn't seem to bother me. But then after I didn't like her no more, it's like this shit coming out of my throat right now. Josie. Oh, y'all stop talking about food. I'm hungry too. Hello, Busters. It's nice of you to join us. We were just going to have you read chapter one. I think this is probably what's messing my voice up. Because I'd ran out um, back during the ice, and I couldn't get out to the store to get one. So I smoked on one that was burnt a little bit there for a little while. And then I had a guy drop me by one. Aw, racing stars. I love you too. I walked outside. There's a Mexican restaurant, a very good Mexican restaurant just close by. And if the wind's blowing just right, holy shit, smells so good. I can smell all the spices. I can smell the garlic, the onions, the peppers. Man, oh man. I can read you a story. Shall I? How about I just get a what you puffing? I am puffing stuffing. Well, let's see. Kiwi dragonberry. Kiwi dragonberry. With a mismatched deal. Because you can just buy these without this, as long as you keep your old ones and just keep them charged. That way you don't have to pay $25 each time. You can just pay $20 for just this or 25 for the whole thing. Uh, that's what these are foggers. Or they pronounce them foggers, but it's spelled Foger, Foger. Oh, you got peach? I can't do peach. That's another one of them peach and mango that will taste like onion water to me. So, Foger, Foger. Man, I can't do this backwards thing. Oh, wrong side. I never heard of Horizon Tech. I have a gas app. What? Gas app. Oh, gosh. It's a gas app. Is that like they do have those gas apps. But I think people in different areas or whatever, I think they have people that make them. Either they're buying them all from China and they just putting different names on them. Because I thought about one time, doing them myself. I knew these people in Oklahoma City that had a big business that did that. What'd she say about the gas app? I got a gas ass, not a gas app. Folgers in your cup. uh, so I also had this spinning wheel that I'm gonna get to. So like I said, I got good intentions. Let's just hope they work out. Um, it may just be a few of us doing it anymore, but that's cool too. But I need to get it to where y'all can all at least get one of the party pins. I said you have Cash App sewer stickers. Oh, you said I've got Cash App and super stickers. I got you. I have a juice head flex freeze in the flavor sour fucking fab. I get that fucking fab a lot too. Yeah, it's fabulous. Crazy bread. Oh my goodness. Crazy Redith, are you drink? Oh. Are you in the drink? Redith, you got to put your glasses on, hon. Kind of like me when I take mine off. I might as well be just making up words as I go. Super Lord. Super Lord. You gonna start giving Joy Perry a run for her money with her what you call it? Voice to text. I'm punishing them dogs. You can hear them out there scratching on the door. Stay. They smell like chicken cooking. So I'll put like chicken broth or bouillon in there with it to make it extra chickeny. Right, raisin stars. I've tried to do it, and it doesn't recognize a lot of my words. Because I know in the car when you go to talking in that thing or talk to Siri, she never understands me. Like if I used to would read off a phone number and I had a 9 in it, and I said 9, and it'd change it up and say 1. I said 9, not 1. 9, 9. Right. Right. Well, that's like I don't know, about a month or so ago. I think I don't remember where we were at. Might have been Watchers or something. I called. Yeah, it was, and that deal that changes your suggestions or whatever went from racing stars to racism. So shitting in the car. Yep. Or you get a lot of duck that shot. What? Oh no, racing stars. It's like playing telephone, huh? Seems like there's something else I was going to say. Tell you about something. Oh yeah. Hey Roddy, how are you? Yeah, I went to come get on live, and I turned my camera on, and the shirt I had on had this big old stain. So I had to rush in there real fast and trade it out. There's I can fit 10 people up here. Why don't y'all all come up? Everybody come up because it says there's 7 in here. Everybody come up on the panel and we can just talk like that. Hmm. Who was going to take you to the store for Depends?
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going
Who knows it?
Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars.
Can't even hear that one. Welcome to my party. Did I say this day would come? Probably did.
I got a switch in my head. I go from living to dead. You got me seeing all red. Now I'm becoming a threat. I fucking
Ain't that moneymaker? Ain't no moneymakers around here, sister. Oh no. I done broke my moneymaker. Gotta broke it. Broke. Thank you, Buster, for the cash app. Thank you.
My energy is next level, so damn you better be careful. I got an angel and devil, he snaps me straight in the temple. I'm ready to be a rebel, I've got a lot of potential.
Hey, Jim Coddington.
That shit is so exponential. I need a first class ticket to the top. No,
Hey, thank you for the
no gimmicks, I'm a
membership, Jim.
if you want to taste, come at me and you will be
I have to go and look on.
anywhere or any place.
Chalet Ray got a free membership. Now you get to come in here all the time and nobody's here. Chalet. Thank you, Jim, hon. Where's that heifer? Charlie. Yeah, me too. I don't have a problem with anybody that's in my show. I love all y'all's.
I got a switch in my head. I go from living to dead. You got me seeing all red. Now I'm becoming a threat. I fucking heard what you said. I'll make you have some regrets. And no, I never forget. So now you have a few deaths. That shit it needs to
If my phone was working better, it doesn't pick up on the internet very good sometimes.
never seen so clear.
Go outside and
Reckoning's here. The sound of deafening fear.
start a fire show. Well, we talked about that case at the very first. That's pretty wild and crazy. I figure if not by tonight, I thought the police might have already called may have already called a press conference, after that last message. But if they don't do one tonight, I'm sure they'll do one by tomorrow, surely. It's just kind of weird how, they're sending ransom, letters to, I can see the two local news channels there, The last message was Savannah. Let me see, I'll pull it up. Put my glasses on. I get it full up. Okay. Let's see. Hang on. Share the screen. Share the screen.
I go from living to dead. You got me seeing all red. Now I'm becoming a threat. I fucking heard what you said. I'll make you have some regrets. And no, I never forget. So now you have a few debts. That shit, it needs to be paid with blood or some sort of pain. You caused a permanent stain, which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear. I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here. The sound of deafening fear.
Hang on a second. Let me turn this bracket off here. Turn the bracket.
Our mom is our heart
No, it's
and
wrong
our
one.
home. She is 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs.
Well, shit. I thought that was the one. Huh. Is it? God dang. Okay. Oh, can y'all hear that? Or okay. I'm gonna have to share. Hang on. Okay. Somebody put a one in there when it starts, if y'all hear it, okay?
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Play it one more time.
Understand. We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
So that there was the last message that they put out. I don't know, it's probably been a couple hours ago now. And so that's what's running all over the internet. Racing Stars, I watch Brian Anton, Ashley Banfield, and then, you know, most of those from whatever that nation is. Anyways, y'all, so this here is the last video that they put out. And everybody's questioning now, what did that mean? Well, you can tell how solemn they are, you know. And So, and they had been asking for a proof of life. You know, the very first video or very first ransom note that they'd sent out had said basically that we're not going to be talking. You know, this is what we want done, and that's it. And so they asked for a proof of life, which I'm sure that was probably what the FBI told them to do. And then, so the second message came out, ransom note, and so this just right before these put this one out here, the Savannah and her sister and brother, they had basically put out one that said, you know, contact us directly. We don't have a way to get a hold of you. And so I guess the FBI and, you know, law enforcement's been out to the lady's home, and many times, I guess when they're trying to give proof of life that they actually have her, they're telling them something about the house. So each time they get a message like that, they rush back out to the house after they've already turned it back over to family. What, a day after investigating? It's been a shit show, a big time. So this one sounds to me like that. I mean, because they were real solemn. They were sad. Even the sister was, you know, reacting, and you know, and that was a big change from the last video. So that's out in Tucson, Arizona, Miss W. So, you know, it sounds to me like they didn't get the proof that they wanted, or the kind of proof that they wanted that their mother was alive. Let's see. So I'll check see if Brian Enton has put anything out lately. No, let me see. I know JLR was out there. Oh, shit. All right, Miss W. I don't mind. I mean, I could put it up there. Or, son-in-law, yes. He's the one that brought her home the night before. And then she supposedly disappeared about 2:30 that morning, or late that night, you know, what we'd call late night, but that next morning on February the 1st. It just seems to me like a lot of it is really cryptic, you know. Some of the things that seems to happen are just like from way out in left field. They're searching the daughter's house now. Well, I know earlier, did y'all see that old man that went out there and put gloves on? And then went out there to the mailbox and got the mail out and put it in his bag and put it in his car. Well, when he walked by, JLR asked him about it, you know, why you got gloves on? You trying to keep off fingerprints, or in case somebody, you know, got to search it or whatever. And then apparently something triggered that old man, because he called the cops out there earlier before it came on live. And that's why the cops were all out there at Nancy's house at that time, is because he had called them out, said there was people that was, I don't know, making him mad or whatever the case was. Silence of the Lambs line. Yes, yeah. I mean, everybody's just been catching on to everything on there. I don't know. Them people couldn't get by with it, I don't think, if they. Yeah, JLR. I've always liked watching JLR, but it ended up getting up to 17,000 people on there, and I just can't watch it. I mean, because I get distracted by that chat going so fast, and then there's so much negativity in there. You'll catch one, and I don't know how I saw Honeybee. I guess because that avatar I heard just caught my eye, and I was able to back it back up and see her. Yeah, that's what I would have to do. But I like to follow the chat to see what other people's opinions are. Hey, Justin, how are you? Yeah, I get dizzy as hell. Oh, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Yep. Oh shit. When I get live, I can't get anything to work right for me. I don't know why. I can sit here and find everything I'm looking for all day long until I get on live, and then it's like my brain goes out the window if there was one. Yeah, it does say.
So I'm outside and
That's Brian Kenton, yes.
Law enforcement vehicles here. My photographer was here when they got here and said that he saw camera flashes from inside the house coming from the windows. So it seems like they could be taking pictures inside. You can see the lights are on inside. We don't know that anyone is here, like that Annie is still here or her husband or Savannah. I was told that they are not here, but I'm not sure. But law enforcement is definitely here and they showed up tonight. And apparently we're taking pictures inside. I might still be taking pictures inside. So I'm going to stay out here, obviously, but I just wanted to give you guys an update. So I'm outside in Ray's house.
That's pretty sad that that they're starting to investigate inside the house and shit now. Why didn't they do it before? I think they're like a day late and a dollar short, because I'm afraid Miss Guthrie is not coming home. And it's going to be on them. Because just like the blood, that was found out on the front porch step. They did do DNA on it, and it is hers. So, but then they're saying that the other DNA stuff inside the house hasn't come back. They're lying so much they can't keep their damn stories straight. I mean, straight up lying. And instead of just either telling the truth or just keeping your mouth shut, period, they're making it to be worse than what the hell it is, I know my camera's kind of, I moved too close to it a while ago, so it'll take it a minute and it'll line back out again, clear up. But yeah, it took, Brian Enton's cameraman walked all the way up to that house the day after she went missing, I believe it was. Yes. They had already released the house back to the family. So he walks all the way up there with his camera and videos all the blood all over the front porch. They hadn't done any DNA on that yet at that time. It was like a couple of days later when they finally said, yeah, they got the DNA back on the doorstep, because they came back out, because that was just racing all over the internet. And so the cops and stuff came back out there and I guess took a sample maybe, because it sure didn't look like any of it had been smeared, just from looking at the video that they had taken. So, but yeah, this has been, just blows my mind. I just don't recall ever seeing this much. I'm trying to fix it. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it does seem like one, but I bet it will be one too. Don't you think, Shalay? But yeah, I mean, just that right there was bad enough. And then I don't know. A couple days later, a helicopter comes flying over, and this is already after they had released it again. And they got two guys hanging out of it, and they're trying to look on top of the house, and then out there in those woods, not woods, but out there in the I guess they call it scrub brush, cactus. I mean, they were hanging out looking. So once again, they hadn't even searched enough to know what these people were putting in the ransom note, because they would run out there again and put up, do not cross the lines. They're at the house, and they, like, one day they ran in there, and yesterday I guess it was, they ran in there, and you seen them messing around with her vehicle inside there, and then yeah, after dark they hooked it up and hauled it out of there. So it's just like they're trying to be sneaky, and in trying to be sneaky, they're fucking up. Yeah. Yeah, I see it pulled up.
So outside Annie Guthrie's house, which is Savannah's sister. There's two law enforcement vehicles here. My photographer was here when they got here and said that he saw camera flashes from inside the house coming from the windows. So
Yeah,
it seems
so
like
that was
they could be
hers.
taking pictures inside. You can see the lights are on inside.
Yeah, something has happened with that last message been sent.
Here, like that.
And now they're going back out to the sister's house. I think they got along. I mean, I hadn't seen anything been said that they don't get along. The brother, he lives somewhere else. He's apparently retired Air Force pilot. And then Annie, the sister, I don't really know what she does, but she just lives like 10 minutes from her mom. So I'm just wondering if it's like a jealousy thing, that maybe when the son-in-law, this is just my opinion only, when the son-in-law went to drop her off that night, if he might have asked her for some money, or asked her, were they going to get any, were they in the will or whatever. I figure something happened, or they had an argument about something, and that he went back at like 2:00 in the morning. Because whoever done it, it was somebody that had to known the area, known the house, known where the cameras were, because there were also cameras inside. And then just last night, the cops had gone back out, and I think it was FBI done it this time, got up on the roof of the house and found another camera up there that they're saying, that she didn't have a subscription to. So, yeah, Roddy just said they're out at Annie's house, Raditha. So I can play stuff like that, can I, of other people's stuff? Well, the news channels I can, without getting in trouble, right? I just don't know if y'all want to watch any of that. I mean, I know you're watching it on your own. Yeah. And then there's a big deal, big blow up over the smashed, the smashed floodlight, you know, and the wording and all that on the smashed floodlight or smashed camera. You here for whatever? Let me see if I can find something, guys. Put my goggles back on. I mean, all day, all week, it's every channel has nothing but this on it. Except you get over here to our channels and you got nothing but Sashio. So you had two choices, Sashio or Miss Guthrie. What am I doing? Let's see. What would it be? Let's see. Fox News, maybe? Okay, this is about 2 hours ago. So let me hook us up to that. Yeah, I think with news channels, they're free game. That's why I'm trying to wonder why Leanne was getting in trouble for playing the OTT because he claims to be a media. And media, you don't have to request to play and you don't have to, pause it and all that stuff. So I didn't know if any of them checked into that. Well,
coverage of the search for Nancy Guthrie to Jason Pack. Jason is a former FBI agent and hostage negotiator. Jason, thank you so much for being here. You have experience in situations similar to this. Tell us how difficult it is to work a case like this, Jason.
Jonathan, just first of all, from the human element of this, everyone seeing these videos over the past couple of days just wants to reach through that television or camera and offer a prayer for the Guthrie family. And tonight, that video is no different. And their message is crystal clear, Jonathan. They hear and they're ready to pay. It couldn't be more clear. But these are highly complex investigations. The FBI's crisis negotiation unit is partnering with the field office negotiators.
You're made for this. Made to plant something in the dirt and watch it grow into a business and a better life.
Oh, commercial.
That's why we're made how you're made, because the ground isn't the only thing looking up to you. Cat, let's do the work.
They're out of the Phoenix division in the Pima County Sheriff's Office. They're consulting with BAU, and they're providing the best information to the Guthrie family to make the best decision. And we've seen that decision tonight. Earlier in the week, Jonathan, we were worried about opening that line of communication, and it seems that line has been open. And you remember the important caveat in there about the use of AI or deepfakes and all that stuff. So we're not sure exactly what's in that letter tonight, but there must have been something in there to make them go ahead and say, yes, we hear you and we're ready to pay.
And Jason, when you talk to a family in this situation, the Guthrie family clearly so emotional in all of the videos we've seen, none more so, I think, than tonight's. Does the FBI advise that showing emotion in that way is good? Is that supposed to help, perhaps, touch something in a kidnapper or kidnappers?
Yeah, Jonathan, nothing about these are staged. We want people to be real. We want them to be themselves. But we want them to understand to the kidnappers, like, we want to get Nancy back in this case. So it's really a transactional thing. And sure, it's emotional. And we want to make sure that we're giving them the best information to make their decisions. We also want to make sure, and we heard in some of that language, you want to make sure that you're not threatening, and you want to make sure that there is a positive result. Like, if you're listening now, the kidnappers, there's a way to end this right now peacefully and just do the right thing, as the special agent in charge said earlier in the week in the press conference.
All right, Jason, it's been great to have you with us. I hope you'll be back in our next hour as we continue our coverage.
We stand here in support of all of you across Montana that are advancing freedom and American values. Charlie had a passion for working with young people, and in Montana,
well, shit. Well, that just cut itself off and acted like a turd. Yeah, it has been a wild confluence. Well, not really. Last week I was on Friday. That's when what seemed like it was such a long week. Week before that, I don't know what I was on. I think I was on Friday 2 weeks in a row. I don't know. Can't remember. Make it go away. Okay. See, that's where we put the bad guys. Mama's corral for the corrupted flub-ups of YouTube. Yeah. Thank you, Confluence. I do too. Excuse me. I do too, Roddy. Another voice texter. Another one. Another. Okay, let me try this again. Okay. Caught on camera. What is he doing at a basketball game? We ain't got time for all that shit. That policeman. I can't even find what I wanted to pull up here. Screw it. Flub it. So anyways, yeah, that's what I've been doing, is just kind of keeping up with that. Like I say, I don't know when I come on here why I can't get those to share. The ones that, yeah, I have been a couple of weeks in hour 3 Confluence. It's just, I think it's just a lot of seasonal allergies. Well, then it gets into my tummy. and then into my head, and then into my ears. Let me see here. Oh, wrong hostage. Wrong hostage. Good dang. I'm trying to find the most newest ones. I got 1 day ago, 2 days, 4 days, about 1 hour. Did y'all hear what Trump had said about this? Anybody see that? News Nation did? Okay. Okay.
Thanks for staying with us here at Live Now from Fox, where we want to turn now to the latest regarding the search for Nancy Guthrie. She is the mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie, still missing after being reported missing on February 1st. That was on Sunday. Presumably, she went missing Saturday night. And now we know that President Trump has directed federal law enforcement to get involved in this case. He issued a statement via Truth Social just yesterday saying, quote, "I spoke with Savannah Guthrie and let her know that I'm directing all federal law enforcement to be at the family's and local law enforcement's complete disposal immediately. We are deploying all resources to get her mother home safely. The prayers of our nation are with her and her family. God bless and protect Nancy." President Donald J. Trump. Now, we have been following this story very closely when that news first broke over this weekend. This is what we know so far, that Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old, is believed to have been taken against her will from her Catalina Foothills home in Pima County on January 31st. That's according to the Sheriff's Department. And again, she was reported missing on February 1st when she did not show up for work. A kidnapping or abduction has not been ruled out, according to the Sheriff's Department. And later on today, we are expecting a new update from Sheriff Chris Nanos, who has been at the forefront of this investigation. But joining us now to talk about what we can expect and where this investigation stands is Bobby McDonald. He is an associate professor of practice at the University of New Haven, also focused on law enforcement activities. Bobby, good to have you.
Good morning. Nice to be back.
Of course. So we're glad to have you back. And I want to start with that. President Trump officially directing federal law enforcement agents to assist in this investigation. Bobby, can you walk us through the thought process and how a president gets to this decision where he takes that extra step and says, okay, the Fed has to get involved?
Well, I think one of the things that we're seeing in this case is this is affecting somebody with a lot of notoriety, someone that is known to the wide public of the United States, that's on the news every morning like yourself, and it's bringing attention to that case. Not that cases that don't have notoriety don't get the attention from the president, but this is something that the nation is watching now. The nation is watching the lack of information that seems to be coming out, the stalling a little bit potentially of the case that we need to get moving. Things get stale as we move away from the beginning of this case. So I think the president, because of the notoriety, we don't see a lot of kidnapping cases in this country anymore with respect to ransoms and things of that nature. So there's a lot of individuality in this case that I think that the nation is watching, and I think the president felt he needed to get involved and indicate that all resources of the federal government would be available for this case.
So did y'all see the video that Trump put out? And basically what she read off there was what he said, but the way he said it, he made it sound promising, you know, like we got something, you know, that's everybody's fixing to find out about soon, you know, and it sounded positive. And then just shortly after that's when they did that last video. So
And we're going to get to those ransom notes in just a moment. But before I move on from these federal officers now being involved, Bobby, how is that going to change day-to-day operations now going forward?
Well, I think you're going to have more resources of people. You're going to have more assets with respect to testing and assets and tools that can be used to analyze different things. Hopefully that this is going to pick up the pace for us. If there is information that she's crossed state lines or that has left the country in Mexico or anything like that, I know that's very out there, but any of those assets will be able to be checked and discussed with the connections and liaison between all these agencies that are now involved.
You say that's very out there, but at this point, because so much time has passed, I mean, anything is possible. And like you said, Bobby, all of those boxes have to be checked. Now, you mentioned right off the top these ransom notes. I want to talk about that a little bit more because TMZ and several local news outlets reported receiving these ransom notes. Now, the Pima County Sheriff's Office is aware they received those notes. They haven't said too much about them, just that they were not credible. How does a sheriff's department or any law enforcement department determine that a ransom note is not credible? What are they looking at?
Well, I think they're looking at a number of different things, potentially things in and around the physicality of that note, or potentially the IP addresses of where they may have been emailed from, or things of that nature. I think the fact that it wasn't sent, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the note was sent to a CBS station, not an NBC station, which I think is a little bit intriguing, with Miss Guthrie being an employee of NBC. I also think that the questions surrounding ransom that the family hasn't really seen yet, or maybe they have seen it and just aren't telling. But I believe in her statement last night, it indicated that they were ready to talk, but I'm not sure that the family has actually seen the ransom note. So again, a lot of cloudiness here that I think that when the sheriff comes on the stage this afternoon, we've got to get some specific answers of some things. We can't keep having him come on for press conferences every day or every couple of days and really not telling us a lot. I think we need to get some solid information as to where we are in the investigation and where he intends to take it.
Speaking of this video message that Savannah did release last night, it was along her siblings. I'm going to put it up here just so that all of our viewers at home can see what the video looked like. It was posted, to her Instagram at Savannah Guthrie, where, like you said, Bobby, she mentioned, we are ready to talk. We want.
This here was the first video, I believe, that they put out. And that's her sister Annie on our left, and that's her brother Cameron on our right.
Proof of life. Where did that decision come for her to officially release this video statement? And what does that say about this investigation and really what we know? Is it possible that the family also has limited answers and now they're taking it into their own hands? And furthermore, how does this video possibly affect the investigation?
Well, I'm guessing in this case that the family is working with law enforcement and a decision was made at some point to put this video out to appeal to not only the person who or persons who may have committed this crime, but to the public to, again, generate some interest, generate some talking, generate somebody maybe saying, hey, I saw this or I saw that. As I said to you the other day, a lot of times people don't know what they know. And we have to generate some beating of the bushes in our investigations to go out there and get that information. So I believe that this was a concerted effort between law enforcement and the family discussing how to go about this, how to generate some interest, how to reach out from the family to the abductors or the kidnappers in this case, if that's where this is going to end up, to generate some conversation and see if we can draw them out to get some resolution as to why they took this woman from her home in the middle of the night.
Is anybody in the family under investigation at this time?
I don't think that anybody in the family yet has been totally ruled out. Let's put it that way. I think that there was some discussion yesterday in the press about Savannah's sister and the husband. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. Just because she was on the video last night doesn't mean that anybody in the family yet has been ruled out, as we've seen in numerous kidnapping and murder cases in the past, when spouses or significant others come on and play the part of the victim trying to find the family or trying to find the victim, and they end up being part of the problem.
Staying on this tangent of who is possibly responsible for this entire scenario, we've had those press conferences every day pretty much from the Pima County Sheriff's Office. And no suspect has been named at this time. Does that surprise you, Bobby, or is that just standard at this moment? Even if they do have a lead, they're not going to give it away.
Well, I was a little critical of the sheriff a couple of moments ago for not putting information out. I might connect this to the Idaho murders case from a couple of years ago, where I was very critical of the law enforcement aspect, especially on your network with a number of your colleagues, that things were getting stale, things were getting quiet, and that perhaps it was time for a change of lead agent.
Thank you, Racing Stars, love. Appreciate you.
I'm hoping in this case that they've got something in their back pocket, that they're working behind the scenes. They're working with all these different agencies and all these different assets and tools that they brought in, and they're hopefully zeroing in on somebody. As this moves along, things don't tend to lead us to a good resolution. So I'm hoping that his way of handling the media at this point is kind of a little bit of a masking of what they're doing behind the scenes, and they're going after somebody right now. So I'm praying with everybody else that that's where we are. I hope that is the case.
There are a few things that make
it was that the fact that it's an 84-year-old woman who has health problems and is not very mobile. So moving her around from the house to a vehicle to wherever they've gone to now is not very easy. They're going to have to be limping her along or carrying her or putting her in some type of a carrying object to.
See if I can switch it to
Breaking news in the search for Nancy Guthrie. I'm Jonathan Hunt, live at the Pima County Sheriff's Office as Savannah Guthrie and her two siblings, Annie and Cameron, release another heart-wrenching, painful video pleading for the return of their 84-year-old mother. Let's watch.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
As you know, an initial ransom note from a purported...
And the desperate search for Nancy Guthrie now entering Day 7. Investigators returning to the 84-year-old's Tucson, Arizona home for another sweep, this time towing a blue Subaru from Nancy's garage.
FBI agents were also seen pulling a wired device from the side of her home that appeared next to a small solar panel, but officials have yet to reveal why either was taken.
Now, this comes as a new message from the alleged kidnappers surfaced at a local news station. It reportedly lacks proof of life and appears to be a response to the Guthrie family's videos. The message does not include new deadlines and was sent from a different IP address, yet it comes from the same server. The Pima County Sheriff says he's still hopeful Nancy will be found alive.
And then just one day later after that, I think that was yesterday they were playing that. One day later, it's like everything changed. Excuse me. Trying to find.
You're watching live now. I'm Austin Westfall. Savannah Guthrie posting this video on social media moments ago.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
So that's the short clip that was posted moments ago. A lot of context.
So I guess she says this is very valuable to us. Hello, Beth. Sorry, I'm switched over, going back and forth behind the scenes over here. She says this is very valuable to us. So, I mean, if she planning on, I guess she's maybe letting them know that she'll pay a high amount or whatever because she's so valuable to them, that because she does say, you know, also that we will pay. So, man, I sure was hoping for a better turnout. Hopefully this one will turn around.
To be gleaned from this, and certainly a lot of questions that we have. But the family saying that they have received a message, and I will say that's the third message that's been posted. The first two videos asked for proof of life. I didn't hear that in that message there. The new video was posted one day after authorities confirmed that a new message was obtained in relation to the investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Standing by is Taylor Wirtz. Taylor is a reporter with Fox 10 Phoenix. Fox 10, of course, has been covering this story every day. And Taylor, this is the third time we've heard from the Guthrie family themselves on social media.
Yeah, Austin, it is. As you said, it is noteworthy that this time they did not specifically mention the first message and the second. They were very adamant, very desperate that they needed proof of life before anything could be done. This message, it seemed to carry a little bit more of a somber tone. I know there was speculation early on in the first video that they were talking directly to Nancy's supposed kidnapper. In this one, it felt very clear that they were, you know, saying, we understand. What do they understand? There's obviously a lot of questions with that there. And using the word celebrate if they could get her back is also an unusual term. So I think this video is giving all of us a lot more questions than answers, but it seems to be very clear that they're talking to someone specific. We know that at least one ransom note has been ruled out as bogus. One person out of California arrested for that. But it seems like investigators are having to act like at least one of these notes is real, or at least the family is at this point.
You know, Taylor, we have been sporadically hearing from officials on camera. Have we heard anything from police today?
They just put out a general statement today. No press conference or anything like that. You know, we have seen those throughout the week, and typically a lot of times they've just given us the update. You know, still no big news yet. Today they just said that they are not honing in on any specific suspects or vehicles at this time. They said, you know, any investigations that you see are pretty routine, pretty normal, which is interesting because we know that Fox News Digital reported on a nearby Circle K that investigators seem to be honing in on, and the staff told Fox Digital that they were looking through some surveillance video there. So no idea if they were looking for a specific person or a specific vehicle, but that is interesting that the sheriff is still saying at this time there are no suspects.
My understanding is you've been in the neighborhood today, and did you talk with neighbors?
We've talked with a few. Obviously, it is, as I'm sure you're aware, quite a media circus out here. So a lot of neighbors, rightfully so, are, you know, used to reporters coming and going. So a lot of people are staying a little bit more in their homes at this point. But the ones that we have spoken to said, you know what, we are so glad that you're here because we want answers and we want Nancy's name and face out there as much as possible so they understand why we're here and they know that there's a reason for it. We also spoke with a woman. She doesn't live directly in this neighborhood. She lives about 3 miles away, but she has an elderly mother, and she just said she woke up this morning with this whole thing on her heart. She drove out here with her young daughter just to see if there was any search party, any way if she could be of help. She works in a medical office, and so she said she called in with a tip to investigators about how pacemakers work and how that might help them in their investigation. So I think that just goes to show how the entire community, even outside of this neighborhood, is really coming together to pull to get Nancy home.
And I'm curious, what's the level of people in the area knowing the Guthrie family?
It seems like a lot of people do. I mean, I think I heard one of Nancy's friends joking that a lot of people knew Nancy more than Savannah. They said if you lived in this area, it was impossible not to have heard of Nancy. Obviously, the town is very proud of Savannah. You know, she's co-hosting the Today Show. They've done episodes where they've come back to her hometown to meet everybody. So I think a lot of people are very aware that Nancy lived here and she was kind of a local celebrity.
Taylor Wirtz reporting for us in southern Arizona. Thank you.
So that there kind of catches people up that wasn't, you know, that hadn't been hearing about it or didn't know what was going on with it. And then we're up to now to where the first video I showed you was actually the last video that was played. So, yeah, the news lady is Savannah Guthrie. Yeah, it's her mom. And I don't know, she's that, you know, like Nancy Grace and Ashley Banfield and some of those all worked with her before, and they said she is such a nice, kind, and sweet that she couldn't possibly have, you know, anybody that would just actually hate her enough to do something like that. I don't know. Roddy just said that that 2 cars just left from Annie, the sister's house. But I mean, maybe they're just going down to talk, or maybe they were just leaving at the same time as the police were leaving. Because somebody said one day that at one point they were all staying at Annie's house. Well, then that changed up. And I don't know if they all left to go stay somebody else's house. I mean, they've never mentioned who. Or if just the brother and Savannah did. So I don't know. Maybe the news lady refused to state or say something on news, so they went after her mother. Well, that's a good possibility, Beth. She was like the morning co-host, co-anchor or whatever, so not really like Barbara Waters, or Walter, whatever, Waters, Barbara Walters. But you could be right. I mean, nobody knows anymore why anybody does the things that they do. But yeah, it's very, very dark out there. I have worked and stuff out there, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, all of those areas back in the day. And yeah, and they have they don't have daylight savings time, or they do, or they don't, I think. And we were working out on one of the reservations, which is about an hour and a half drive, 2 hours drive from where we were staying. And we were staying in, God darn it, that Winslow, Arizona. And we would have to drive out almost 2 hours every day to work, then 2 hours back. And so we would have to leave like at 3 o'clock in the morning to be at work by 6 or whatever time it was, because of, you know, the Arizona did not have daylight savings time, and then something out on the reservation didn't have daylight savings time. So yeah, I was all fucked up. There was several hours difference just between there and town. It seemed like it was like 3 hours or 2 hours. It was crazy. That was out on the Hopi. I don't know if that sounded like a gunshot or the dog hit my door. Out on the Hopi reservations and stuff. So, yeah, maybe, like I say, I figure we'll hear something either later tonight. I don't know, it's pretty late now, so it'll probably be morning by the time we'll hear something. But I think Arizona is behind me, so it's only like, what, not even 10 o'clock there right now? Does anybody know? Da, 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 da. Anybody know? Anybody? Okay, ask me about somebody, y'all. It's 9:40. Okay, I was thinking, so that's 2 hours difference from me. So, I mean, they could still hold a press conference. You know, it's not even 10 o'clock there yet. So, and see, Monday, or they had a deadline Thursday, Friday. Is it Friday? 5 o'clock deadline. And they also have a deadline for Monday, 5 o'clock, which I've never heard of that either. I mean, I used to read books and stuff on all this stuff and stuff that I did look up and used to watch on TV. And I've heard some of the police people saying that that having two deadlines is pretty unusual. And I guess the second deadline, the one for Monday, had much worse consequences than what yesterday's had. Yesterday? I got all that wrote down in there somewhere. I don't know why I didn't bring it out here with me. 10:40. Are you sure, Crazy Brett? I thought they were 2 hours behind. Maybe they're 2 hours difference whenever they go on, or when we go on daylight savings time and they don't. Maybe that's when it is. So probably be tomorrow. I mean, because that statement from the kids there, the family, you know, kind of made it sound like it was ended. You know, unless, and then the ransom people could be messing with them too, you know. But if she's alive, they really need to get her off of their hands, because I figure if she did pass away, it's going to be because they didn't have the right medication, or they wouldn't given her it in a timely thing. I do feel like they got her medication. I kind of feel like this might have been premeditated like a month or so before, and maybe they were gathering some of her medicines like that, or they said, I mean, they're 60 miles from the Mexico border, you know, so they could have went over there and got her medications, but they may not have got it right. They might not have got the milligrams right, the amount of times a day to take, and if she was becoming any kind of incoherent at all, she might not have been able to clear it up for them. So, I don't know. Wow, these dogs are just driving me crazy, trying to break in. Oh, this has even got stand-up guy. Right, Beth, I know. That's all of ours are, is speculation. That's all we can do. You know, based off of what we're hearing, and we're not hearing everything. We're not even hearing half of it. That office sheriff out there, he's kind of made a mess of things. You know, I don't think anybody is except for the FBI, you know, that's had their hand in a lot of you know, kidnappings, and which we don't hear of them a lot of times. You know, even when we do hear of a kid, you know, being kidnapped or something like that, we never hear anything about if there's a ransom, you know. So I'm kind of leaning that way too myself, Crazy Brat. I really am. I think it's somebody in the family, or family friend. It's somebody close to the family. I would just almost bet on it, you know, because they know too much. You know, they know too much about the place. They knew, you know, where the all of the cameras and things like that were. Good-eyed or dog shoes? What's a good-eyed or dog shoe? What's good-eyed or dog shoe? You know, I wonder if it really will. You know, and what I've thought about too, Crazy Brat and Racing Stars, and y'all. You know, they're seeing their sister do good. You know, I guess I don't know if she's the youngest one or not, but anyways, they're seeing her doing good because she made it to the top of the food chain in journalism. You know, and she's also an attorney, a lawyer. So she's really smart, you know, and so everything has kind of gone her way for quite some time. The brother is the way I understood it, I didn't look it up, but listening to what the other people were saying, is he's a retired Air Force pilot. So I'm assuming he probably has a pretty good retirement or pension or whatever it is that they get. The other hand, the girl, Annie, I'd never really heard anything, very much of anything being said about her. Apparently, her husband's name is Tomasa something, so I don't even know. He could be illegal for all we know. So I'm wondering if maybe because jealousy and money and all that all goes hand in hand. That would be so sad if that's the way it turns out. Yeah, just like I say, I follow Brian Enton a lot. He's a young up and coming. That and Ashley Banfield, Megan Kelly, Nancy Grace. And I have been to every one of their channels today. I follow a lot of Dolly Vision, but he's not really in on this case. I stopped by there earlier and I seen that he was trying to hustle up money, you know, from his subscribers to get a plane ticket to go out there. He usually just deals with kids. And then JLR, he's another one that I follow, but I find, and he's usually boots on the ground everywhere. And if something's going on somewhere, JLR is usually there. And but like I say, he has so many people. It was, you know, it had got up to 17,000 people watching in there at one time. You know, it just makes it hard. You can't ask questions. You know, you can't discuss with other people in the chat because you just, yes, Annie, yes, she's a dark-kitted girl. She, no, Nancy Grace don't sugarcoat, that's for sure. But there, I mean, the reporters and stuff been getting called out a lot on this case. But, you know, what I've watched, it hadn't been none of their fault. Like they called out some of the stuff that Ashley said, but Ashley's behind the scenes person is like a highly decorated police officer in that area that's actually been keeping up with the case and knows a lot of the case. So when she had said what she did, you know, and nobody else was reporting, but she did. And so the next day, the press conference, the sheriff is saying, we got to tighten it up. We got to tighten it up. Somebody's leaking. So then they start trying to try to make her look bad, you know, people were starting to mock her and, you know, say things like, because she doesn't work for News Nation anymore. She quit there and she's doing her own podcast thing. So they were making comments about, you know, did your ethics go away and stuff like that go away whenever you step down from News Nation. So, but she's usually pretty close to right, and her sources, you know, are usually really good because she's had 40 years in the business. So me and mine were too, Racing Stars. We were close at one time when we were young, but then when we grew up, you know, and you'd think I would be the favorite because I'm the only girl, right? Yeah, yes, Roddy. Her two of the kids lived out of state, and Annie, the other one, she just lived 10 minutes down the road from her. I do too, Crazy Brat, and I think they weren't really thinking this was going to turn out to be what it did. And, so they didn't really go in there like, oh, we have a kidnapping victim, we're going to get ransom, blah, blah, blah. I think they just thought elderly woman with dementia or something wandered off out there in the desert. That ain't what happened. And, and they didn't take it as serious as they have from the beginning, from the very first day. And they basically went in bass backwards. They're still having to go out there. They went out 3 times after they released the home back to the family, 3 times. Get more evidence, or, they forgot to check this or that or whatever. Hell, who knows, Crazy Brat? I don't know. They won't tell us nothing that they done inside. They even tried to say, well, we didn't say that there was blood inside. Yeah, you did. I heard it too, So they were, everything that he would say, he would walk back the next day, Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what they should do, comb every inch, and they've had to go back each day and do that. Like I say, I've seen them out there searching in the desert behind her house, and them cactuses and shit out there. And I don't know if it's because they don't want to walk through it. I know that they had the what do they call them? Oh my gosh, the people in green, the deportation people. Anyways, they had them out there. They come out and helped, and they're supposed to be some of the best. She had cameras, Miss W, but she didn't pay for the subscription. So the cameras were of no use. And the thing about it is it showed that the camera had picked up activity. It had actually picked somebody up. But since there was no subscription on it, it didn't record it. But it did say it had picked somebody up on it. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? Oh my God, right, Crazy Brat? That should have been the first thing they did, because they were saying that, all the medications was left behind. If this was a planned out abduction, they had medication, or they knew where to go and get it. Border Patrol, thank you, Buster. Everybody contributes here. Everybody contributes. But yeah, and one of the guys even said that they were talking to that, if you know the right person, you can get prescriptions there in Tucson, under the table. There was ways that they could have got it versus not going back, but I think they had that planned out. I really do. Yeah, I don't think they did, Crazy Brat. I think that's just another way they went, oops. Because that just, people really started shouting about it the last couple of days, so they probably hadn't even thought of it up to that point, because they could have went to any of the pharmacies there and told them, okay, this is what somebody's going to be coming in here looking for. Have you had anybody, with the new prescription lately, That should have been done very first day as well. Everything should have been done the first day, and they should have kept their asses there all night long until they got it done. The sheriff did not want to turn on the lights because of that light issue with where they don't want to get pollution from the lights. Yeah. And he could have made that choice and said, you know what? Her life is worth more than a fine y'all might decide to throw on us for turning on lights out here in the fucking desert, But no, he didn't. They didn't turn on the lights. They didn't, bring out their own lights and stuff, set it up or anything. And that should have been done, because they should have been staying the night there. Right, Crazy Brad. You know, who gives a shit about an ordinance? It's just an ordinance. It's not going to kill anybody. You know, turn on a damn light unless, you know, somebody is wolfed out or something, you know. Pollution from a light, yeah. Yes. And there's a astronomy school there in Tucson as well. Astrology or astronomy or something school there as well. And they like it without the lights because they can see the stars and what have you, you know, better. But you know, if my mom was 84 years old, she couldn't walk more than 50 yards at a time without any assistance. And she's single. I don't think I could leave her out. And she's a big old house. I don't think I could leave her out there all alone, you know? Right, Roddy Prey. Sometimes around my house, it looks like a landing strip, you know? And like one of the retired Border Patrol guys, they were doing an interview with him, and he took Brian Hinton into the scrub out there, you know, and showed him how bad it was to try to walk through that. And he explained that most people, when they think desert, they're thinking, oh, just a big old bunch of sand. But it's sand, rocks, shrubs, scrubs, thorns, cactus, you know, sidewinders, rattlesnakes, wolves, coyotes. Those are all things that are in there, you know. And they said that a lot of people there had the game cameras, and they thought that might have been what it was. It was up on top of Nancy's house. They thought it might have been a game camera because they like to look at the wildlife in the dark. Well, turn on some damn lights outside and you can see them in the dark, you know. Just like me, I live in town, basically. And I seen 5 deer out here last night and then this morning again, you know. I know my ex used to say, God dang, you gonna land a plane out here or what? I said, why? He said, well, you got every light in the house on outside, up and down the street. But yeah, you can't protect yourself in that kind of darkness unless all you're ever going to do is stay inside the house. But then what happens when something like this comes along, you know? It's just mind blowing. You know, and I can protect myself, but I don't think I'd be living out there. No. Exactly, Beth Hammonds, and that's another reason why they think it's somebody close to the family, because how would they not have known? Well, this person did. They still won't say whether they broke in. It has to be forced entry because it just has to be because the woman was in bed asleep. And they won't tell us nothing about the back. But they came out the front because that's where her blood was at. So anyways, when the people, whoever comes in, and they go to the front and reach outside the front door there and yank the camera off the front door. So they might not have been sure if it was recording still or if it was working, but yeah. Well, they said most generally probably, but when they said when her son-in-law dropped her off, apparently they have an automatic garage door opener. It opened and it said what time, 9:58 or whatever time it was, and then it went back down 2 minutes later. Somebody could have slid in then, you know, because I'm sure she wasn't looking, and the son-in-law didn't help her to the door. I mean, she crippled up. She has to use a cane, so I'm sure she's very, very slow, you know. Anybody could have got in, you know, slid right in behind her and got behind something, you know. Well, one time they said that the back door was wide open, and the reporters were reporting on that. And then the sheriff says, No, nobody said the back door was open. Well, yeah, you did. It's just stuff like that. It kept changing. And that's just like with the timeline. It would have made a big change. The time changed about an hour's difference, because it was going where there was like 41 minutes left that whoever abducted her was in the house. And then it went from that. At first, it was an hour and 41 minutes. There's no way. I mean, unless they're in there having lunch and, or supper and tea and crumpets or something, That's another reason. Just even the 41 minutes of somebody being in there tells me that they had to have known them or knew of them pretty well, because I'm sure they were asking questions about, do you need this or that? They didn't take her Apple Watch, which they said was Bluetooth connected to her pacemaker. So her pacemaker shuts off at a certain time at 2 something. Because I've got this all written down somewhere. But anyway, like at 2 something, at what time that her pacemaker disconnected. But right before, and this is the questions I had been asking, if I guess so, maybe somebody finally asked that, about if her heart, jumped up or anything like that at the time that they're saying this person entered the house at 2-ish. And they said yes, that there was a fluctuation in her heart palpitations right at the time, just right before it was disconnected. So she was scared. Somebody surprised her. Right? Confluence. There's her. The woman herself has money. I don't understand why she didn't pay for it. And I'm sure she has home health and caretakers and things like that are probably supposed to do that for her. And that could also put it that maybe it was one of her caretakers, that just did not pay it. Maybe they're involved. But, a lot of that was confirmed, that most people that when they do get the Nest cameras, which was what was on her home, was Nest cameras and the Ring cameras, that they don't keep up with the subscription. And that would be me too. I'd be the same way. I'd think, I'm going to put this in here and you'll be safe. And I would probably do that for a month or two. And then I'd be like, whatever, because it still works. You can still look and you can see who's outside, but you're not getting recordings. So, and that's the big deal with what happened with hers. It did see somebody on the camera, because I guess I don't know, however it does. Y'all know how that shit works. It recognized it, but it didn't record it. It didn't get to go in the cloud. It just got run across there, and that was it, because there was no subscription. Yeah, I need cold medicine. Yeah, I need to go to Mexico and get me some good shit, huh? But yeah, this has been very interesting. If y'all all want to catch up with it, and then I'll keep caught up with it too, and then come on tomorrow if y'all want to come on and talk about it, if you want to. Thank you, Confluence. I appreciate that very much. Damn, somebody's revving it up. Well, this is the kind of stuff that I've always wanted to do on my show, but there was never enough people that wanted to do it. There was, less than half wanted to do cases, and more than half wanted to unlive Jim. So, hey guys, it's midnight. Is everybody still here? Did somebody pass out, go to sleep? Who we writing magic marker on? Who went to sleep? Buster? Do we need to put a mustache on Buster? Crazy Brett. Oh, we don't get to draw on Crazy Brett's phrase. I can't even talk. You do want to keep hearing about it? All right. Well, I'll try to organize it up because I really didn't think anybody'd want to watch it or want to hear it. Miss W is nodding off. So has anybody talked to Mountain Girl? Mountain Girl, baby? I miss her. Fred Smith is front and center. Okay, everybody's still awake, but Buster. Bust turd. But I want y'all to get excited and keep me pumped up about doing what I said about the beading stuff. Because I think I can probably turn my camera down. Yeah. To where I could do beadwork right there like that, huh? And, what the hell? No, wrong way. Or that way. Whatever. Whatever. But anyways, yeah, in buying those, they had these ink pens. I'm going to get a bunch of them. Like I say, it's just got the wire from the back of it. It doesn't have this shell like you have, this outsiding of your pen. So like from here up is just, a skinny, basically a wire, stiff wire that you can put beads on and decorate them. So. Oh, okay, Miss W, good deal. Oh, damn, Super Bowl. What time does that start? I know it usually starts like 2 o'clock in the day or something, but and it doesn't start playing the game till like 7 o'clock at night. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. If they end up finding out that she didn't make it, then we'll just kind of jump over to that part of it the next day. I remember I used to watch the Super Bowl all the time. I do too, Beth. I do too. The halftime shows. You want to see the wardrobe malfunctions? Are they really doing that Bad Bunny? Please tell me that's not what that's not the halftime show. Maybe he'll fall off the stage. Stage left, stage left. The Clydesdales. Yep. Here comes the king, here comes the big number one. Budweiser beer. Oh, Kid Rock, that would be good. Kid Rock is going to sing in Spanish. Why? Huh. Well, I might watch it. I don't know. I really don't want to. No, I'm going to have to watch it on my phone. Kason has my computer. That's why I can't do nothing on it anymore because everything is just out of whack on it. And KD is on the TV. The other TV quit working, so I'm hoping that the screen still lights up because I'm going to hook it up for a extra monitor. Miss W. Vaya con Dios. Miss W. Kid Rock is not endorsed by the NFL, but Bad Bunny is. Thank you, Confluence. Yeah. Yeah, I did too, Crazy Brat, but the other 3 got put in the big dumpster. I have to laugh to not cry. I don't get to watch TV. Even, when they're at school. I don't come out here and get on the computer anymore. I don't turn the TV on because I've watched SWAT, all the episodes of SWAT 3 times now. Oh, Spanish singing Bad Bunny and Green Day. Damn it, dog's about to knock my window out. Yeah, everybody, please hit the thumbs up, or like or dislike, or whichever. Just thumb it up or thumb it down, thumb it all around. Get me back in the algorithm. Hey, y'all, we got up to 15 tonight. 15 of the best people out here. I'm good. Soft white underbelly. I'm going to go kick that dog. Poor little guy. Okay, so JoJo, y'all know he's the old dog. He's like 16 years old. And his sight's been going for a while, And I guess the other day he just had a blackout moment where it was totally gone. I felt so bad for him. I had to go pick him up and carry him around, to see where he wanted to go. Because he kept running into the door. I'd open the door to let him in from outside, and he would run into it, just poor little old nose. So I'd pick him up and take him here or there, but bless his heart. What? If you do any native beads, model it and you'll make thousands. I wish. And I had a deal, but it's on my phone. I don't know how to get it over to my, let's see. Because I sent it to Eric Foss, because he likes to say, woo, 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 at me, making fun of me and all about Indian. And so I found this deal the other day. Let me see. I sent that to him and told him my brother said, you say woo, woo, woo one more time, they're coming for you. They can't scalp him because he ain't got no down hair, so. I love that song. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. You got so many beads? Really? Girl, I love beads. Now I messed up my deal again. Let me see. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like I say, I found it on my phone, but I couldn't find it on the computer. I really just got to start using my computer instead of my what was I fixing to do? Oh, here we go. Trying to get my high definition to come back on. Okay. See, this is what I was telling Watcher the other day. That when your camera starts acting up, or you'll start hearing the helicopter and different things like that, it's your broadband. You don't have enough broadband. You have like a couple of people up on panel, and they've all got their cameras open and stuff. And you can go in there and change it on in your settings under video. Yeah. And you can change that up to, high definition, or drop it down to 720, or drop it down even further to 420. If you got, say, 10 people up here and you're all 10 running your cameras, and that'll keep keep it from being jumpy and from helicoptering a lot of times, and definitely keep that blur out of it. Did I? Oh, she said, Crazy Brett, did you make yourself anything with the beads? I know, Crazy Brett, I just love looking at beads. Absolutely love them. And like I say, they have this deal on here called KikiNails.com. And you go on there and you go to their website thing there, and you order different kind of beads. Fucking expensive. They're not cheap. So you order these expensive beads. So I did it the other day. I told Racing Stars, I said, go over and check out this channel. And what it is, you turn in your order. Well, they get your order when it's your turn, and they pull these big containers of beads out there, and it, if you ordered 100 mil or 400 mil or whatever, they bag that up for you. Or if you did like I did, I played the Lucky Ducky game, and I bought like 10 bags, and it's got beads in it, different kind of beads in it, and then if you're lucky, it's got a little duck in it. And I wanted to do that so bad. Well, I finally did. I ordered 2 different kind of beads, and I only got 4 duckies out of it. And I've seen them on there giving people duckies. Oh, one more. And I couldn't get over 4 ducks. So I thought, well, that was good, because that kept me from getting addicted to it on the very first shot. So I thought, where are these coming from? So I go to Temu, and that's where they come from. And they're like, they've got them over 100% marked up. Yeah, so I thought, shit, man. But I got it out of my system, because I really wanted to do that, because it's a Chinese girl, and all you see is her hands, and all these different pretty beads that they'll put whatever beads you're getting up in front of them, and then they'll bag them up or rip open bags, So I was going to get some of those bags too and do that, just for fun, just for us to fun around with. And but yeah, I had to do it so bad, because it is an addiction. I watched them over there probably for the last 2 weeks, and it's the same people in there every time, and they're the same ones buying over and over and over. I know they're not making anything with them, for one. They're addicted to winning those lucky ducks. Is what it is. Because, I was watching it, and I was just like, my mouth was watering. Oh, man. Oh, I got to do that. Oh, I can't. So I cut out the middleman and went and bought a whole big bulk bag of beads, Oh, Brad Arnold, 3 Doors Down. Somebody else I seen his name was up on from a old rock group, I believe. I haven't yet, Roddy, with these new bracelets, with the new beads that are coming. That's one of the things that I'm going to make. Yeah. Because I got the real beads, the not like those plastic pieces, that used to cut up, look like a really teeny tiny straw, and that's what you had to make bracelets with back in the day. But yeah, I got some really nice beads on the way. And some of those pins, so. Yeah, I don't know him, guys. Oh, really, Crazy Brat? And I want to make some of those necklaces. It's just like the leather strap or vinyl or whatever that is, and you just have like a dog tag type things hanging on them or different things like that. Most of them be for, like I say, for us to play with, and if somebody wins one or whatever, I guess I can put them in the merch section. Oh, these dogs. Y'all better get in here and be quiet. But leave him alone, Gigi. Stop. No, sir. I'm gonna hurt him. Leave it alone. Yeah, I guess I remember 3 doors down. I don't remember. No, you're not getting up here. That's why I put you out the last time. Quit hitting me. Quit hitting. On your community tab. Yeah, I used to wear some jewelry, not a whole lot, but every now and then I would dress up for jewelry. I let my holes in my ears grow closed. Oh, we could do that one night on here too. I'll pierce my ears. Probably get it hung up. All right, guys. Been on here 2.5 hours. I don't want to keep y'all because I know that y'all got to get up and make dips and stuff for your football game tomorrow. Oh, really, Crazy Brett? That's me. I like, when I like something, it's like a shirt. If I like a certain shirt, I will go back and get every color they make. Same with shoes. If I like a certain shoe, I'll go back and get them all in different colors. Good night, Roddy Parade. Thank you for coming. Bracelets, just anything. Yeah, I'll get every color. Well, thank you for coming, Crazy Brad. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night and a great football game tomorrow. Love you. Love you too, Crazy Brad. Miss W, Racing Stars. Roddy. Beth, Confluence. Who is playing? Who is playing? I don't even know. See? You have a great night too, Miss W. Twin Mama, love you. Who's playing tomorrow, guys? Somebody tell me. I want to have to look it up. Seattle and Patriots. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great night, and I will see y'all around. Tavens. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite for these dogs. Catch y'all later, guys. Love ya. Seahawks. Seattle. How in the hell can they play football? It rains there all the time. Oh, I'm back. The fuck? Bye, y'all. Good night.